And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Edwardsville, Illinois. It is time for the season finale, at least regular season finale. This is for all the marbles. I guess the playoffs start a week early for West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones as they've come down the 3-hour trek to Edwardsville, Illinois to play the Metro East Lutheran Knights. And for West Prairie Southeastern, this is a chance to get into the playoffs if everything held serve this weekend. We'll wait until tonight to find out for sure, approximately around 5 o'clock. But first things first, the Cyclones have to get a win here against the Knights this afternoon in Edwardsville, Illinois. I'm Dwayne Hewlett alongside Kenny Suter. And Kenny, it's just the two of us today, but playoff football starts a week early for the Cyclones.
This is a do-or-die game right here. If they can't win this one, then they go home. Have no shot at the playoffs right now. They are one slot out, but if they win this one, then they have a very good chance of getting in 100% for the 8-man football playoff. And that's one thing that with the Bushnell Prairie City and West Prairie Southeastern, two new teams, I don't think anybody expected both of them to be in the playoff hunt.
I don't know if anybody expected either of them to be in the playoffs. I know that BPC expected to be there. West Prairie was a little younger. They knew that it would be a bit of a struggle. But I don't know that anybody outside of the two communities really expected these two teams. As the Knights come to the field, and we do want to welcome everyone from Metro East Lutheran who is watching us today or watching us in the future. Metro East Lutheran has a good class of seniors, Kenny, and it's going to be important for them to come out strong. And while it's a playoff game for the Cyclones, it's a little bit different for them, and they have a chance to ruin things for West Prairie Southeastern. It's time for the national anthem. We will step aside and let you folks at home hear the national anthem here this afternoon.
Thank you for this beautiful day we have today. Please watch over the fans, officials, coaches, and the players. Keep them safe and out of harm's way. Watch over everyone affected by the coronavirus and bless the frontline workers. We especially want to say thank you to our seniors, Chad, Colin, Tommy, Jackson, Nixon, Peyton, Allison, Camila, Carmen, Faith, Catherine, and Kate. Please watch over them and bless them in their future endeavors. Thank you for the blessings this school and its ministry. We also want to thank you for sending your son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for our sins. In your name we pray.
And the national anthem and the prayer out of the way, and we are just about ready to go with the kickoff here, as we are going to have Coach McCormick talk to us after the contest today as well. And Kenny, you've got to see this squad play a lot more than I have gotten to see him play, as we have this speaker right behind us. I hope you folks can hear us okay, but you've seen these guys play a lot more than I have. I've seen them a couple times, but they have steadily improved. The Cyclones have throughout the year, haven't they?
They're getting better every game they played, and they're hitting their stride here right when they need it, right towards playoff time, as they are hoping to get in with a win today. Especially Barkley is getting better as a passer every time he plays, and with some pretty good passing threats that he has with Eli Leisman and Jensen Laughlin. I expect a very high-scoring game.
Well, we talked about on TSSR Weekly that the fact that they're catching some passes in in some traffic is what's been impressive to me watching the highlights, because BPC has had a lot of open receivers, but these guys are catching some stuff in traffic and in the open, which makes them even more of a threat.
And as we get ready for the kickoff, we'd like to say the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH's pre-game sponsor, JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory.
On to kick for Lutheran is number 8, Jackson Lovell. He is a senior, one of the seniors playing their final game here at Metro East. Low line drive kick's going to roll down out of bounds. The penalty flag will fall. That'll mean West Prairie Southeastern. I'm going to say that a few times today, I'll guarantee it. We'll start 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. You can expect to see Ashton Barkley come out as the starting quarterback for West Prairie. And as you said, Kenny, he's really improved as the seasons went along from the pocket.
He's getting better from the pocket, and he's also to start using that mobility that he has possessed. But I believe at the beginning of the season, he was just a little bit hesitant to step out of that pocket and take the ball and move. And Coach McCormick talked about it last game. He loves seeing this out of Barkley, being able to move a little bit more.
Ricardo Hilton, Joseph Haynes, and Tommy Hackett-all going to have a good big job ahead of them, as there's the 3 starting on the defensive line for Metro East Lutheran. Here's the snap, goes to Barkley. Handoff's going to go to Laughlin. He's going to be stacked up in the backfield. A loss of 2 on first down is going to bring up 2nd down and 12 from the 33-yard line for the Cyclones. Loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down and 13, just underway here in quarter number 1. As wingback formation now. It's going to be Laughlin take the direct snap. He's got some running room. He gets out across the 45, a first down for West Prairie Southeastern. We're going to see where they mark it at. They're going to give him 14 on the carry. That'll give him a total of 12 for the day, and a first down for the Cyclones.
West Prairie's going to run a huddle up, and they're going to do the same play. However, this one is going to be able to be stopped. That is 71 on the stop.
That's Hackenthal,
the senior.
No gain on the play.
It's a little bit of the Chip Kelly Oregon offense from Coach McCormick today. Hit the good play and just keep on going until they stop it.
Yeah, no huddle, right back to the line of scrimmage, but the Knights were ready that time. 2 wide receivers, 1 far, 1 near. Leisman is far near side. Walker is far side. It's Barkley at quarterback. He's going to tuck it and run. He's across the 50, 45, out of bounds, close to a first down. They're going to stop the clock. We'll see where they mark it. It looks like it might be
about the 44-yard line.
That 10-yard chains must be short from where it started to where they marked the first down, but a 10-yard gain for for Barkley, and a 1st and 10 for the Cyclones.
10:34 your time left in this first quarter.
Palmer around the left side now. He's going to go for a short gain as he stretched it all the way to the sideline. A good job by Metro East Lutheran, including coming off with the helmet off, number 11, Chad Gray, as he stretched it out. A gain of 1 for Palmer. Going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Cyclones. I'm going to go back and make a correction. That was a gain of 12 for Ashton Barkley. So it's 2nd down and 9, 10 minutes to go exactly here in the first quarter. 2 setbacks, 1 to each side of Barkley. Handoff's going to go to Laughlin. He's going to bounce it outside, try to use that speed, but a great play in pursuit from behind for the Knights. That is number 22, I do believe, on the tackle, Peyton Rand. He came all the way, Kenny, from the defensive right cornerback spot and tracked Laughlin down. Laughlin looked like he was going to try to bounce it outside, and when he cut back in, Wren was there.
Sent that blitz in. However, holding is the flag on the play. So reset second down, 2nd and 20.
2nd and 19 on the penalty. I think. It's hard to tell. 2nd and 19. 4 wide receivers, too near, too far. Barkley in the shotgun formation. Blitz coming up the middle. He stands, he overthrows. Looked like he thought Palmer was going to run an out. And Palmer to pass. He's going to try and get outside. He can't. And he's finally, they're going to call a face mask, I do believe. On the tackle was number 53, Ricardo Holton. But I believe he's going to get called for a face mask. The question is going to be, is it a 15-yard automatic first down face mask, or is it just to replay the down? I don't, if it's personal foul, face mask, and it was number 53, Ricardo Holton. And unfortunately for Ricardo, that wasn't a blatant meaning to face mask, Kenny. That was when Barkley tried to spin around. He just spun out of a grasp a little bit, and he reached up, and that's the first thing he caught to.
And that's one of those things about you really got to make sure you want to grab and tackle, and you don't want to arm tackle people, but you don't want to keep on grabbing whenever anything's happening, because you never know what really you're going to be grabbing onto when you're going down.
Still 3rd down. They were so deep, and the penalty was so deep that it's 3rd down and 15 now for the Cyclones. So a little bit more manageable. It was 3rd and 19 a moment ago. Barkley back in the shotgun. This time it's 2 setbacks. It's going to go direct snap to Laughlin. He tries to turn the corner. Nothing there. Now he's going to bounce it back outside. And Laughlin gets spun over and then thrown to the ground and then pushed down to the ground again by number 8, Jackson Lavelle, as they're saying. It's 4th down and long. Going to bring up 4th down and about 13, a gain of 2 for Laughlin. He's got 14 on 4 carries now, but the punt team comes on, and Jensen Laughlin will do the punt team now for the Cyclones. The upbacks for the Cyclones include number 23, Owen Rigg, and Leisman. Laughlin with the punt. Back deep was number 7. That's going to roll down near the goal line, and it stopped inside the 5, I do believe. It was down there by
Oh, man. It is going to be close,
20,
maybe the 2-yard line.
Who is that over there running off the field that downed that? Was it 22? Yeah, it was 22.
Jesse Johnson
getting down and in it inside the 5 at the 1-yard line. Jensen Laughlin, a 47-yard punt, and it's downed at the 1 by Johnson and deep in their own territory. It's Metro East Lutheran, and you want to stop a drive, but, man, you don't want your first drive, Kenny, to start at the 1.
And Jesse Johnson has been playing perfectly these past couple of games on these special teams. He's really shown out what he can do.
Quarterback is Landon Tyndall. Handoff's going to go to the fullback, number 20.
22 on the carry.
That was number 22, Peyton Wren.
It's going to get, maybe a yard.
1 yard on the play. It's 2nd down and 9 from the 2 now. Well, they didn't even give him a yard. He just got back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he must have got hit at the goal line or in the backfield. Tyndall going to take the snap again, going to fake the Wren, and going to try to get up the middle, and not a whole lot there that time either.
And it looks
I think it was the quarterback, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Quarterback keeper.
Tyndall. And no gain again. Landon Tyndall, the sophomore quarterback for the Knights.
West Prairie defense in there on the far sides is Carter Hitz and Owen Rigg doing a nice job of containing anything, trying to keep them from running out to the far sides.
Handoff to the fullback. He's got some running room. It's Wren. He's going to be up near a first down, but they're going to have to punt. Again, it's 7-ish or so. We'll wait and see here. It was Wren on the carry. You call that 8 or 7, Kenny? Gain of 8?
Gain of probably 8.
Third down or fourth down and 2.
Do have punt formation showing.
At least for if you're a Knights fan, they got a little bit of room to get a snap and a punt off here. High snap through his hands. It's going to be picked up and tackled in the end zone. Oh, he's going to try to kick it. He fumbled it. And that's a fumble.
That's a touchdown.
It is. It's a fumble and a kick. Not even a block. It's a fumble recovery for a touchdown for Clayton Hunt. For the Cyclones. And that's one of those times where sometimes a safety is better than a fumble. And he tried to kick it is what he tried to do, but he couldn't get a foot on it. He just dropped it on the ground, and Clayton Hunt picks up the touchdown. First quarter, it's 6-0 on a 0-yard fumble recovery for Clayton Hunt.
West Prairie offense going to get set up, hoping to make this an 8-point game early.
Oh, it's going to go right to Laughlin again, and he's going to go up the middle and in for a 2-point conversion. So with 6:37 remaining in quarter number 1, Laughlin gets the 2-point run good, and it is 8-0 West Prairie here at Metro East Lutheran High School. That's a lot. It's a lot of words for me to get out every time. I'm just going to start saying Lutheran. Will that work for you? Lutheran High School. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more, I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
Welcome back to Lutheran High School. I'm just going to cut it to that. Lutheran High School here in Edwardsville, Illinois. Laughlin on to kick with his squad leading 8-0, 6:37 to go here in quarter number 1. West Prairie Southeastern has got on the board first and looking to make the Illinois 8-man Association playoffs, and a nice kick to the left side. It's going to bounce off a Knights returner, gathered up, and down there to make the stop.
Jesse Johnson on the
Johnson
tackle.
on the tackle, and it was Lavelle, I guess is how they said it earlier. Lavelle on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights at about the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 with 6:32 remaining here in the first quarter. And Kenny, that 6:32 looks absolutely perfect. So either I was missing some or it's just the wrong bulbs at the wrong spots on certain numbers over there on the clock.
It does look a little brighter. I believe they might have went through and turned on the scoreboard.
Looks a lot brighter all of a sudden. So here we go. What a receiver all by himself out there. Late comer to cover him as Tyndall now is going to tuck it, try to run. A nice little juke move, and he's going to go up to the 30-yard line or so. Finally, Laughlin, Palmer, and hits on the stop. It was Xavier Hilton that kind of got juked out of his football pants there as he kind of juked left and fell and tripped, and lucky he didn't hurt a knee. Tyndall's going to get a gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Yep, that's one of the things that any young defender kind of goes through, is just kind of hold back and wait for him to make a full move.
Tyndall from the shotgun formation, 2 receivers far, 2 receivers near. In motion comes Wren. Fake handoff, ball's on the ground. Tyndall's just going to have to fall on it. And Tyndall gets the fumble recovery, but he loses 2. Is that 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8?
3rd and 8.
I'll say he lost 2. Brings up 3rd down and 8 for the Knights with 5:22 clock running here to go in the first quarter. West Prairie leads 8-0. Tyndall again from the shotgun formation. He's going to drop back. He's under pressure, throws it short. Incomplete. That was Clayton Hunt, the guy that scored the touchdown on the fumble recovery earlier, pressuring Tyndall in the backfield. He just pretty much Kenny threw that away.
Pretty much that's what you had to do. You had Hunt on that blitz coming through. Carter Hitz was right in front of him.
Yeah, he didn't have an open receiver. He just threw it at the feet of his open receiver, or unopened receiver, I should say. Brings up 4th down and 8, and back to kick will be Lavelle. And he was down when he picked that up. And then Yossi, Colin Yossi, caught it in the air. He could have fair caught that. He was there so early. A pretty short kick. And the officials are telling Coach McCormick that he actually stood up right before he touched it. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line for West Prairie. That was about a 22-yard punt, actually about a 15-yard punt or 17-yard punt for the Knights, and it'll be 1st and 10 West Prairie Southeastern.
5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. West Prairie going to look to see and get another score here as they're going to hand the ball off. This is going to be Leisman out to the far side. He's just going to get stuck.
Wren and Tyndall, the running back and quarterback, coming out and laying the wood to Leisman there as they tried a little bit of a reverse action that went nowhere for Eli Leisman, and it's 2nd down and 10. 4:40 to go here in quarter number 1. 8-0's the score. It is the Cyclones leading the Knights.
Looks like our scoreboard kind of glitched out again and did not put up the 2-point conversion. I formation for the Cyclones. They're going to sweep the ball to the left side for Leisman. Leisman's going to cut up and just not really going to get much of anything on that one.
Laughlin on the carry again, no gain. And a bunch of green jerseys there to stop him. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 as Laughlin has 5 carries, Kenny, for just 14 yards. And all 14 of those have come on 1 carry.
He really likes to find that cutback lane, but if he finds the open hole, he goes right through it.
3rd and 10, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Barkley's going to step up. Now he's got some running room. He's going to tuck it, try to get the first down himself. He's going to be across the 35. He's going to be very close to a first down. I would say it's for sure 4th down territory. Barkley on the carry. They have not signaled yet, so a gain of 9 for Barkley. Give him 21 yards on the day. It's 4th and less than a 1 for the Cyclones, and they will go for it here, Kenny, on 4th and about a half a yard.
I'd watch them to see if they run a little quarterback sneak, as West Prairie Southeastern will take a timeout. So will we, as we'll be back right after this word.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance
in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Welcome back to Metro East Lutheran High School in Edwardsville, Illinois, 8-0. Cyclones with the lead, and they have a 4th and less than a yard at the 34-yard line, or actually 35 technically, of the Knights. This game brought to you by Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. That's just east of the North Elementary School. They're open April through October, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for all of your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow them on Facebook for daily updates. Currently, they have pumpkins and other fall goodies available. Grover and Mary Joan DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. 3:14 remaining here in the first quarter. Big play for the Knights here, Kenny. If they can get a stop, they can keep and they're not going to, as Palmer just gives Barkley a big push, and they're going to call, I bet they call Barkley for a push in the back, and I thought they made that legal. Oh, what do they call there?
I did not.
Illegal block below the waist? Or a push. Yeah, they can't. Yep, they're calling him for a push. It'll be a penalty. Not sure if it's 5 or 10 yards, but 5-yard penalty brings up 4th down.
They're going to walk off a few 4th down, and it could be about
4th and about 4.
Yep, 4th and 4. He was across the line of scrimmage when they called it. So it'll be 4th and 4, and that last play would have worked from this distance too, but I don't think it'll be that play again. Here's Barkley from a shotgun snap formation. Laughlin to his left. It's going to be a direct snap to Laughlin, and he's not going to get it. It's Lavelle gets it, and it'll be 1st and 10 Knights at the 35-yard line. And I don't know if they called that a fumble or not. I'm not going to call it a fumble. I think he was down.
Pretty sure he was down, but either way, turnover on down.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether it was a fumble or just tackled. He was tackled short of the 1st down. So it is 1st and 10 Knights with 2:51 remaining. The Knights have been playing inspired defense here. So West Prairie Southeastern is going to have to figure out a way to find some cutback lanes, because the Knights have clogged the middle, but they've also spread the field and really cut the cutback lanes off thus far. Tyndall back with 2 setbacks deeper behind him. He's from a pistol formation. Handoff. Nope, fake handoff. It's going to be an option to the right. He's going to throw it out to Wren. It's going to be fumbled. Actually, he never fumbled it. He never could catch it. Wren's going to finally recover the fumble, as the bad pitch was, I don't even know if you can call that an overhand pitch. It was an overhand throw, really, a loss of 9. And unfortunately for Wren's going to take the loss on the play.
And that was one of those where instead of a pitch, he turned up full throw way over the head of the receiver on that option.
And they come right back to the line of scrimmage. Tyndall again with 2 wide receivers near and too far. Here's Tyndall, and again under pressure from Hilton. He's going to throw it downfield. And Colin Yossi reached out. And Kenny, I'm not 100% sure, but I think if Yossi lets that go, Leisman gets a pass interference.
Yep, that was pretty close between all 3 of them in that section right there.
And Leisman was not watching the ball. There was a deeper Knights receiver that was going to try and come back to it, and Leisman was running right into him. But Yossi reaching his hands out there. Yossi almost made a great catch. Long arms, good athletic kid, but couldn't quite reel it in. Tyndall now 3rd and forever. It's 3rd and 19, and he's going to steep it, run up the field. Palmer goes for the ball instead of the tackle. Tyndall breaks his initial tackle and then gets across the 30-yard line out to about the 32 or 33-yard line. It's going to bring up another long 4th down. Gets him to the 32-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and about 13.
Good play call to run that draw, as you're showing, massive wide open spaces for receivers. However, just a little bit too far of a gain to get.
Another punt here. That's a high end-over-end punt. It's going to bounce, takes a big-time Knights bounce that time. Is Yossi, who caught the last one, was there to catch that one but let it fall, and it bounces down to the 36 or 7-yard line. We'll call it the 36 of the Cyclones, and that's where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cyclones as they have their 3rd possession. They've scored a touchdown, but not on offense.
On special teams on that fumble in the end zone. 1:31 left in this first quarter. 8-0 still your score.
Mikey Kitch to the line of scrimmage, brings the offensive line with him. West Prairie Southeastern out to 2 wides near and far. Barkley back to throw. Going to find into flat to Palmer. A big tackle coming up is Lovell. No, it's Tyndall, on the tackle. Palmer is going to get the completion, though. It's going to be a gain of about 4 on the pass from Barkley to Palmer.
And that is a sweet spot right there for Palmer to be in, as he's their main out and flats guy. When they send out both those 2 posts with Leisman and Laughlin, Palmer is always right there just in case, and he's always a sure catch.
This time it's going to be a fake handoff to Laughlin. Into the flat it goes to Palmer. Palmer, a nice one-handed catch, rails it in, and he's going to go for a 1st down. A gain of about, we'll see where they mark it, is from the 41.
Looks like
out to the 49, a gain of 8 from Barkley to Palmer, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Cyclones. their third first down of the contest. 2 runs and the first one by the pass. 49-yard line on their own side of the 50 as they go back to the line of scrimmage now. Just under 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. A direct snap to Laughlin again. He's got some running room this time. He's going to go for a gain of 5, it would appear, and that'll be the last play of the quarter, I think. Let's see where they actually mark it. They're going to mark it all the way up to the 45. A gain of 6 for Laughlin gives him 20 yards on the day, and it's 2nd down and 4 here as we approach the end of quarter number 1 here on TSSR Game Time Live. We'll take a break and be back to Metro East Lutheran High School right after this.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
Welcome back to Edwardsville, Illinois. It is 8-man Illinois football here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hewlett, Kenny Suter alongside. First quarter at a close here, and it's 8-0 West Prairie Southeastern, Kenny, but for the first time, West Prairie has got the passing game working a little bit, which looks like maybe it might open up the run game a little bit and get some decent offense. They've got an 8-0 lead, but it's not because the offense has had much success.
Both teams defensively has been doing pretty well so far. Barkley's just now getting into that rhythm, that passing rhythm that you just need to start to get going, as they're going to come out 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5, somewhere around there, as they're right around that 44-yard line.
Yeah, they touched the 45 on the other side. They're short of it here, but we're going to call it 2nd and 4 nonetheless. Here's the handoff to Laughlin's going to look to pass, throws to Palmer in a short flat, and another 10-yard gain. This time, we'll see where they mark it actually. It might be 9. A 9-yard gain from Laughlin to Palmer. Palmer's got 21 receiving yards now on 3 catches. It's 1st and 10 at about the 36-yard line for the Cyclones, and they have got a little momentum rolling now offensively as they come back to the line of scrimmage. The Knights' defense has played very good to this point. I would think they'll have to bring somebody up to cover the flat. We'll see if it works here. Here's Barkley on the keeper. He goes right side. He's got over the 30, down inside the 37 or 8-yard line. We're so low here. It's a little different for us to try to call the game from down here. Looks like it's going to be at the 37, so a gain of 8 for Barkley. Mikey Kitch back to the line of scrimmage. Of course, he's got Brett Havens also out there as Kyle Kindhart. Snap, handoff to 34 Rand, and he's stacked up in the backfield. Lavelle is a smidge dirty. He just stepped on Palmer's foot on purpose when Palmer stood up.
That's some Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, that is a loss of 3.
So you can see Palmer kind of come up, holding that leg, talking to the referee.
The referee more or less told him to stop whining, but can't be doing that kind of stuff. That's not.
We'll have to watch that coming into 10 minutes left in this second quarter.
Lavelle is the same one that drove Laughlin into the ground earlier too. Barkley now is going to be tackled in the backfield. First one there for the Knights, number 10, Wrighton Miller, and number 53, Ricardo Holton there as well, and brings up a 4th down as Barkley loses 4 on the play.
4th and 8 from the 34-yard line.
Yep, it's a long 8, short 9 here. At 9:30, clock running in the first half, second quarter action here for Metro East Lutheran High School. Barkley back to throw. He outruns the rush, throws it downfield. Palmer is there. He's got it inside the 5, looking for the goal line. Gets pushed out of bounds from the 39. We'll see where they mark it, but it's over a 30-yard pass completion. It may be right at 35. We'll see. It is going to be a 35-yard pass completion from Barkley to Palmer.
There's that big offensive plays that West Prairie was kind of needing to get this game started. 9:14 left in this second quarter. I think they're finally finding their offensive momentum.
First and goal from the 4. Laughlin on a direct snap. Going to run right. He's not going to get a touchdown, but he is going to go forward. Looks like he's inside the 3, close to the 2. Clock stops as we have an injured player. We do have an injured player. It's a Knights player injured on the play. We'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH in just a couple minutes.
I have my certificate in vestibular rehabilitation, which focuses on patients with dizziness and balance disorders. It's been very rewarding because a lot of times it's a very short-lived treatment plan, and the patient has remarkable results in a small amount of time.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
Welcome back to Metro East Lutheran High School. I said I was going to stop saying that.
But you keep on saying
But I keep on saying it just because it's one of those things where I want to just prove to myself I can do it. You know what I mean? Wright and make sure I get the name right. Wright and Miller, the injured Knight player, as he gets up and walks off. Looks like maybe a hip flexor or a groin pull possibly for Miller as he walks off very gingerly, holding it outside of his hip more than the inside, which would say maybe a hip flexor kind of problem for the junior from Metro East Lutheran. He made a big stop on Barkley earlier. Did they call a penalty? They called a holding penalty, it would appear.
I didn't even see that from the referees.
I didn't either, but it brings up first and goal from the 15. Laughlin gets the pass. A great tackle out there for the Knights. That's number 9, Colin Yossi, on the tackle. That's a completed pass, but they lose 5 yards on the play.
So second and a long goal.
Second goal from the 16 now. Actually, they only lost 2 on that. Excuse me, folks. Laughlin got his first pass, but lost 2 yards. Second and very long here for, as Kenny said, 8:25 to go in the first half. Leisman far side, Walker near side. Barkley back to pass, throws over the middle to Leisman, and he bounces it off a hand, tried to bring it back to him, and it almost fell into Wren's hands for the Knights, but it's incomplete. Brings up third down and long for the Cyclones. Seen a couple kids in this game, Yossi from the Knights and Leisman from the Cyclones. Big, long, athletic kids reaching out, making some nice catches. You had Palmer making that one-handed tap catch on the drive, on this exact drive a little bit earlier. Some athleticism being shown here early in this game.
And 8-man football is just the perfect way to show that athleticism as they're able to move out. Barkley going to look to pass. He's going to dish that one out. However, it's going to be dropped in the middle of the tackle.
Leisman never did have it. Wren came and laid the wood to Leisman and really probably could have caught it on the way down, but couldn't gather it in. It's going to bring up fourth down for the Cyclones, and it's 4th and goal from about the 16-yard line or so. Almost to the 17. I mean, you're too close to punt, probably too far away to try a field goal. Barkley back to throw. Into the end zone. He's got Palmer, and it's a touchdown, Cyclones. A 16-yard touchdown pass from Ashton Barkley to Rand Palmer, and the Cyclones lead 14-0 with 7:58 to go in the first half.
That was perfect positioning by Palmer to cut that guy, get him loose just a little bit open for the safety. and to come over and get that backside catch. And I get set up for the 2-point conversion try.
Barkley going to take the snap. It looks like he's going to hand off to Laughlin. Laughlin's going to look to throw. He finds Leisman for the 2-point conversion, and it is 16-0. The Cyclones lead the Knights here at Metro East Lutheran High School. We'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
Welcome back to Metro East Lutheran High School. 7:58 left in this second quarter. 16-0 is your score. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by Country Financial Agent Brett Powell. Your farm is your legacy. Oh, I lost my...
You almost had it memorized, didn't you?
Almost memorized, and we'll get it to you right after this kickoff.
Laughlin back to kick for the Cyclones. It's 16-0. Cyclones with the lead here. 7:58 remaining. A short kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. Yes. Man, that was a perfect kick, and Levi Johnson, or Jesse Johnson, excuse me, was down there to get the recovery if it would have been 2 yards farther inbounds.
They have recovered that play in the past a couple of times as they're looking to get that there.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 42 for the Knights.
As I was saying, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by Country Financial Agent Brett Powell. Your farm is your legacy. As the leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today.
So 1st and 10 Knights from the 42-yard line. Metro East Lutheran, Kenny, needs to get something going here as the defense up until the last drive, and really in the last drive they played decently. They had played very well prior to that. The offense is what has struggled for Metro East Lutheran, and if they can get something going, they can get back into this, but they're going to need to do something here probably, not let the Cyclones get another chance at a touchdown without anything going. And a timeout's going to be called by the Knights coming out of the timeout. So either saw something, Kenny, from the defense they didn't like or didn't have the right personnel on the field.
Just had a bit of confusion coming out of the huddle, as it looks like the coach is going to make a few substitutions on the sideline. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. Thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experience in dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, and again in 2020. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell.
One timeout used apiece here in the first half. It's 16-0. West Prairie Southeastern. And this is only the 3rd possession for the Knights. They've ran just 7 plays, Kenny.
Long drive by West Prairie. As he's going to keep it and going to get a couple of yards, but not much anything.
Hilton got his hands on him first, and then Palmer came up and laid a pretty good hit on Tyndall. And Tyndall's going to go for a gain of 3.
Around 3, I'd say.
We'll call it 3 for Tyndall. 2nd down and 7. At the 45-ish line. Yeah, the ball's touching the 45, so it's 2nd down and 7.
Empty set. 2 men out for Metro East Lutheran.
Tyndall takes the snap. He's going to throw left. He's got Wren open. He makes the catch, but he's dropped down by Laughlin. It's going to be a gain of 4. First pass play of the game. Wren's going to get the reception. A gain of 4. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 for the Knights, who are probably getting pretty close to 4-down territory, I think, here with a short 4th down coming, as long as they can get a positive play here if it isn't a 1st down. They're looking for their first down, as a matter of fact.
How many 4s can you put into a sentence?
I don't know. I just tried a bunch. There's the pitch. It gets out to Wren. A much better pitch this time, but a much better play.
Flag comes in at the tackle.
That might be a horse collar. Owen Rigg on the tackle. And another Knights player is injured. I think it might be Wren over there hurt. So he got rolled up on. We'll wait for the penalty marker here before we take a break to see if we can find out what the penalty is going to be. Was that a penalty marker that flew in there?
Yes, it was. As it is sitting on the ground.
And they're going to take him back, so it must be, I saw him pointing backwards. So towards the Knights. Wren is the injured player. He does get up. Going to get a little help off the field here. Tough break for, they're going to call a hold, it would appear, on the.
Holding on the Knights.
2 penalties for 25 yards on the Knights now, 1 offensive and 1 defensive penalty.
So that makes it a 3rd and about 14.
Lavelle looks like he's going to come in to replace Wren. As Wren takes a seat on the bench here closest to us. Looks like he's looking at his left knee. He did get rolled up on pretty good there by Laughlin, I believe, who made the tackle. Now the clock starts running with 6:28 to go in the first half. Tyndall is the quarterback still. Lavelle is at a flanker position on the right side. 2 wides far, 2 wides near. Tyndall's going to tuck it and run. He breaks 1 tackle, sidesteps another, but can't get by the 3rd. That was Laughlin on the far side collecting Tyndall, but he's going to go for a gain of 5.
Carter hits on the tackle. So 4th and around 9.
4th down and 9 for the Knights, and they're going to punt it away. We said they had a good position to maybe go for it on 4th down, but that penalty and the loss of Wren really hurt them there. And that nearly got blocked.
A lot better punt that time.
Laughlin's got it. He's going to come near side. He's got some running room. Bounces it outside a little farther. Can't stay in bounds. He's going to finally get pushed out of bounds near the 50-yard line. Number 53 on the tackle was Ricardo Holton. And a 1st and 10 at the 49 for the Cyclones.
And last game we did see a punt return taken back for a touchdown by Laughlin. And you could see him looking to try to find a way to do it again this time. Gets him about to the 50-yard line. 5:21 left in this second quarter.
For a kid who never played football until last year, he is fun to watch. The junior from West Prairie has done a lot of good things, and he can flat boot the ball, and he's pretty quick, and he can throw a little bit too. Done a lot of things for this West Prairie Southeastern Cyclone squad, and he's going to continue to do more next year, I would imagine. Barkley back, fakes handoff to Rand, keeps it to the right. He's going to roll around the right side, and he's going to go out of bounds, a gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. We'll see where they mark it at. They brought it way back, a gain of 5 for Barkley. 30 yards on the game thus far for him on 5 carries. 2nd down and 5 for the Cyclones, and that was designed, it looked like, to be a run the entire way.
Yep, Barkley didn't even look up to see anything. So he's going to go out to far side and find that sideline. You'd imagine they'd probably want to run that close again. However, hand this one off to Palmer.
2 tight ends, 2 setbacks beside Barkley this time. Handoff is going to go to Laughlin. He brings it back left side. I don't think, Kenny, that's where that ball was supposed to go. Laughlin's going to be credited with getting back to the line of scrimmage, but no gain on the play.
I think that was supposed to be a fake handoff left side, handoff right side. However, Laughlin saw the hole was completely shut, so he tried to cut back and find anything. However,
problem was the hole to the left was shut as well. Maybe even more so than the right, but So Kitch comes to the ball again. It's third down. They lost. Actually, they gave him a yard loss on the play.
I formation. It's going to be a sweep end around. We've seen this before.
And a reverse. No real gain on the play, though. Well, Cyclones, you got to give the Knights credit. They have done a great job of pursuit and not over-pursuing. There has been a lot of action and running that ended up at the line of scrimmage for the Cyclones today.
And we talk about the Cyclones doing better throughout the year. This is not the first time that they have seen Metro East Lutheran, as they were the second game of the year for them, which they won big. So Metro East is playing a lot better this round as their team's finally starting to come together, especially on the defensive side, which was their struggle last time they saw them.
Yeah, both teams are playing better football. And yeah, we've talked about that in different things that we've done this year. You expect teams to get better. We got a timeout on the field, going to be charged to West Prairie. We'll take a break as well and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance. In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Welcome back to Metro East Lutheran High School. 3:45 left in this second quarter. Your score is still 16-0. TSSR Game Time Live is brought to you by Tri-County Seeds. Tri-County Seeds is your local Golden Harvest seed advisor located in Scioto, Illinois, rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service for over 10 years. Contact Nate Todd at 309-333-3437 for all of your Golden Harvest corn, soybean, and seeds needs. That's a
high
beautiful
punt
kick
by Laughlin. It's going to take a bad bounce for the Cyclones, and a heads-up play by the Cyclones number 23, Owen Rigg, bouncing like that ball might have went all the way back to the 40 if he hadn't have stopped it.
Owen Rigg in perfect position to fall down on that one, kind of stop it a little bit as it lands right about the 30 is where they'll spot it.
1st and 10 Knights on their own 30-yard line, and I wonder if initially West Prairie thought about going for it on 4th down there and then decided that
they'd take the time
let's take the time out and punt and live to fight another day. 9 plays here in the first half for the Knights. It's 3:35 to go in the first half. Second quarter action here from Edwardsville, Illinois at Metro East Lutheran High School. Tyndall now is not at quarterback. He's went to line up out wide left. Wren now is in at quarterback, so you get banged up, and then you put him in at quarterback. Look to throw here, it looks like, as they're in a 2-wide, 2-by-2 set. Tyndall comes in motion now. Fake handoff. No, Wren's going to keep it, and he is not healthy. He is not healthy at all. He's going to lose 3 on the play. And, Kenny, you could tell just by the way he took off
he was a little slow on that knee.
That knee is not feeling very good
that gave
for
him
Peyton Wren.
Just enough of a hesitation for Clayton Hunt to come around that far side and get him for the loss. 3 minutes remaining in this second quarter.
Loss of 3, 2nd down and 13 for the Knights from their own 27-yard line. Tyndall is back at the quarterback position now. He looks to pass left side, a flag. Well, that wasn't a flag. It was a water bottle I saw out of the corner of my eye be thrown there. I apologize, folks.
Well,
that tells you how low we are. We saw a water bottle fly through my peripheral vision. It's incomplete. Tyndall and pass down the left sideline is way too deep for anybody.
I completely thought the same exact thing. I thought that referee threw the flag. However, water bottle on the sideline.
I've called football a lot of years, folks. That's the first time I've ever called a flag for a water bottle. Timeout on the field, charged to the Knights. That'll be their second timeout. And it'll be their second, is that correct?
Should be. 1 remaining for both teams. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by the Community's News Brief. For all of your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All of this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you are 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville.
One of the things we have not mentioned today, the live chat is open, folks. So whether you're joining us from Metro East Lutheran or if you're a Cyclones fan, jump into live chat. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us who you're cheering for. We'll give you a shout back. We love to see people talking to us in the live chat on our YouTube channel, Hewlett Public Pro LLC. If you have not yet, we ask that you like and subscribe to the Hewlett Public Pro LLC YouTube channel. That's where you'll see all of BPC, West Prairie Southeastern, West Prairie, and Bushnell Prairie City volleyball, basketball, all that good stuff as we're back to play here. Tyndall with two wides near and far again, a 2x2 set. Tyndall's going to tuck it this time. Hits, can't track him down. Laughlin can't track him down. A first down for Tyndall, and he's going to go across the 50-yard line from the 27. It is a 23, 24, 25, 26.
About a 26-yard line rush.
26-yard rush and a first down of the contest. That is more yards than they've had the entire game on that one play. The Knights are in WPSE territory for the first time. I'm going to say that all day long. I apologize. I've done way too much BPC volleyball this year, folks. I am sorry. So here we go again. Tyndall back with 150 remaining. Clock running here in the end. Josie on the half inside handoff. Rand Palmer's going to try and track him down, and that
is close.
Yeah, they threw a flag late. I don't know, a real late flag, and I don't know if that might be a horse collar tackle from clear on the other side of the field. That's what they're going to call. Yep. The official, who is a long ways behind the play, but we saw it from up here. I said, if Palmer doesn't get called for a horse collar tackle, I will be amazed. And he did. But, I mean, at that point, you're going to give up another 5 yards. So from the 47-yard line, it's going to go all the way down to somewhere.
Looks like around the 2-yard line, as it is close, I believe. Never mind. That is the wrong line I am looking for, about the 7.
But they're going to have – that's where it stopped initially, right? So it's added on a half the distance to the goal, so it should be about the 3-yard line, 3 or 4, 3.5-yard line. We'll wait and see.
And right there, that's the momentum they were looking for on the offensive side.
That inside handoff, Josie lined up in a flanker position on the right side, and he just took the inside handoff, went on a sweep to the left side, and he had a ton of running room. You got to give Palmer credit for tracking him down, but we've talked about it several times. Colin Yossi has got a ton of athletic ability here today, and that kid, you know, this team comes in 1-7. They are not playing like a 1-7 football team today.
It's kind of one of those things where the scoreboard shows a different game than what actually kind of happens. I believe if we go back and watch all the rest of these schedules.
They're going to wave off the flag. So it will be he was way behind the play, and I will give them that. He was way behind the play, but he absolutely was correct. He got him right by the collar and yanked him down. And now the official is talking to the coach.
That coach, yeah.
And this official is a no-nonsense official. He's old school, you can tell. He doesn't take the crap that a lot of guys, you know, you come out and yell at him, he's going to tell you to shut up and go sit down. And I don't really see anything wrong with that myself.
And it's one of those things where you definitely want to call it just so that later on in case. But, I mean, we're talking about 2-3 yards.
I wonder if – the only thing I can say is I think Palmer might have put a hand down lower, too, like at his lower back. And I wonder if the other official that was closer said, look, he did grab up there, but he had a hand down lower, which I feel like negates that. That's the only thing that I could think that would have kept that being. But at any rate, it's 1st and goal at the 6.
Cut back. He's got room. He's got a big man. People touchdown. That's touchdown by Landon.
Tyndall, a 6-yard touchdown run. And just like that, Metro East Lutheran's right back in the ball game. 1:29 to go. And Metro East Lutheran has cut the lead to 16-6. 2-point conversion coming here for the Knights. And the scoreboard just went dim again a little bit.
Yep. Maybe you just got to give it time to warm up. 2-point conversion attempt will be good as he finds a wide open hole.
Wren is in. And Wren still does not look like that knee feels. He's jogging off, but he does not cut like he did earlier in the game.
So 16-8 your score now. 1:29 left in this first half as we will step out and be back right after this word by MDH.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards, or like circles, or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
Lindsay Schaefer wanted to talk to us, but then decided she didn't want to talk to us. But we'll say hi to her anyway. Lindsay, thanks for hanging out with us here on our Hewlett Public Pro LLC YouTube channel. Here's the kick. That's a nice kick by Lavelle, and that's going to go all the way to the end zone. I think it will. A touchback. 1st and 10, Cyclones at the 20, and Lavelle put the leg into that thing. That's the first kicker that I've seen besides Laughlin to kick one into the end zone.
First time this year that I've seen it other than Laughlin.
So Lavelle's going to lay to the laces and send that one deep, and it'll be 1st and 10. Cyclones, 1:24 remaining, so Kenny, the Cyclones got the ball first. You don't want to do anything crazy and give the ball back here, but it'd sure be nice to get another score so that you can have that two-score cushion going into the first drive of the second half. Laughlin on the direct snap. He rolls right. He's got some running room, cuts it back inside. He's going to go across the 25 to about the 27, a gain of 7 for Laughlin.
And a good lead block on that play by Rand Palmer. Rand Palmer's been a pretty good job, doing a pretty good job this entire year of being in the right spot to hit a block to extend plays. He's been great at that. He continues to do it this game.
2nd and 4, 55 seconds remaining in the first half. Laughlin downfield to Leisman, and that's going to be pass interference as Tyndall went right through Leisman trying to get to the ball. And you have a right to go for the ball, but you can't go through the receiver to get to the ball. And it's going to be a pass interference penalty for the Knights, but it's not a point of the foul penalty, so it'll be a 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage.
Looks like 15.
A 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage.
So ball on the 40 now, 47.3 seconds left in this second quarter.
The Knights, both teams have 3 penalties, but the Knights are big. They've got 2 15s and a 10. 40 yards worth of penalties here in the first half. Clock is stopped, 47.3 seconds. Barkley going to drop back to pass again. Got under pressure, rolls up, breaks one tackle, and his man coverage. He's got all kinds of running room. He's across the 40, inside of it. The ball came out, and are they saying he's down, or what are they calling here? No, it is a fumble late, and it's the Knights have the football. Sean Tyus on the recovery for Metro East Lutheran, and he comes up a little worse for the wear, but they've got a chance now. The way they drove down the field last time, it's 1st and 10 at the 40 with 34.9 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Metro East drove down from around the 20-yard line to a score in 2 plays, and I believe they could try and do it again. Empty set for Level.
2-by-2 formation. Tyndall in the backfield for the...
That's going to be a false start on the far side.
The far side wideout, number 13, MJ Bell, going to get called for another penalty. That's 4 penalties for 45 yards here in the first half for the Knights. Clock wasn't running, so it doesn't really hurt you a whole lot. Just gives you 5 more yards to go. I mean, not that you want that here, but Tyndall's going to try it again, 2-by-2. Hard snap right into the belly. He's going to throw it short. It's incomplete to the left side, looking for Wren.
Incompletion stops the clock at 31.1. Second and 15.
Tyndall asking for some help with the play.
Second down for the Knights and 31 seconds. So we got a little time
For
here.
4 linemen now. 1 near side receiver too far. Tyndall drops back again, trying to get him a little protection. They did. Tyndall looking, is going to throw it out of bounds and stop the clock with 23.7 seconds remaining. He's 1 for 3 for 4 yards here in the first half. They have now ran, though, 15 plays, which BPC last night only ran 13 plays in the first half of that contest. There's not been a lot of offense here in this game. And a timeout on the field is charged to the Knights. That's their third and final timeout with 23.7 seconds left. We'll keep it here, Kenny. And it's with 23.7 seconds left, that's your last timeout. I mean, it's a dead ball there. I mean, you want to try to keep that timeout just so you can throw the middle of the field. Now everything's got to go to the outside.
I think it's one of those where they've just had a little confusion on play, how they're going to set up as the coach is out there trying to point out, figure out where he's wanting to go. Of course, you really want to keep that timeout, but I think they're going to do a couple of long balls, just see what they can get at this situation.
Yeah, it's not like the NFL, though. The long ball with the pass interference doesn't take the ball all the way down the field. As we've seen, you only get 15 yards on that.
Yep.
Did you go back, though, to that tackle of Barkley, who he got through the line of scrimmage and against man defense. Everybody had their back to him. He was 20 yards downfield, and then he tried to get that extra little yard, and that's when he lost the football. And Metro East Lutheran has it here, and they get it first to start the second half as well. 23.7 seconds remaining here in the first half, 16-8. Tyndall's going to keep it. He's just going to run right, and he's going to break one tackle, and then Hilton is going to finally throw him down. We'll see where they end up spotting it. They're going to take it back. Tyndall's going to gain a yard.
That'll be the end of the first half.
Your score at halftime. Cyclones 16.
So at the halfway point, it's 16-8. The Cyclones leading the Knights. We are going to show the halftime stuff for the Knights, as it is senior day here, as they have a pretty good group of seniors, both for the cheer squad and for the football team. So if you are a Knights fan and you want to hang out, we will be here so you can watch that if you want to. Looks like they're getting them all lined up on the sideline here.
While we take a minute for the senior parents and the senior cheerleaders and football players to come to the field, I would like to thank you for coming today. You may have noticed that there is some peace down on the field, on the football players and the cheerleaders. We at Lutheran High are trying to raise awareness for breast cancer research this month in October. So hopefully.
So we're getting ready to go as they're talking a little bit behind us. Some things going on. Do have a couple people saying hi. Lindsay came back and said hi. I meant to put WPSE and realized I only put WP. Well, I've said BPC about 10 times today. So, Lindsay, you got nothing to be ashamed of. I've broken out worse than that today.
Senior night parents, you can go ahead and just join your senior down there.
So the parents are going out. We're going to turn our microphones down and let you guys hear what they have to announce from Metro East Lutheran, as they'll have a little bit of an extended timeout or halftime here.
I'm the cheerleading coach, and I'm going to read off some information about these players to you. It just so happens that my husband is also the football coach. Kind of crazy how that worked out. But we are happy to help support the Knights here, and we are very proud of these kids and how far they've come this year. So we're going to start with the cheerleaders. The first cheerleader we would like to recognize is Catherine Donovan. Catherine is here with her parents, John and Jeannie. And Catherine, in her 4 years here at Metro, has participated in dance teams, soccer, many things. National Honor Society, FCA, theater, and more things. She's received rewards for the Rising Star Award, the Serve Award, Thespian Award, and the President's List Scholar. After high school, Catherine plans to attend college and go into medicine or business. Catherine would like to thank her family, her teammates, and her coach for the support, and of course God. Next, yes. Oh yes, coaches just asked me if we could do football first. Sure, we could do that so that they could get back to the locker room. So we're going to start with Chad. Chad Gray is with his parents. Chad has participated in basketball, wrestling, baseball, and football in his time here at Metro. He has also received many honors. Some of them are for his sports performances and academic awards. And when Chad finishes here at Metro, he plans to go to college and work to be a data engineer with the Federal Bank. Next, we have Tommy Hackenthal. Tommy, in his time here at Metro, has participated in 2 years of soccer, 4 years of baseball, and 4 years of football. When he finishes here at Metro, Tommy would like to go somewhere where he is able to continue playing college baseball. Tommy would like to thank his parents who have supported him so much in his effort here at high school and in his effort to participate in football. He would also like to thank his teachers and everyone who has helped him get better in his time here in high school. Our next football player is Colin Josie. Colin has participated in many activities here at Metro East. He has participated in football, soccer, baseball, wrestling, bowling, and track. He has also participated in National Honor Society, Spanish Club, and is a student ambassador. After high school, Colin plans to go to college and study, he would like to work, it sounds like he would like to work in theater. Blockbusters on the silver screen is what it says. Colin's favorite football memory is getting hyped up with the players in the locker room before every game. Congratulations, Colin. Our next senior football player is Jackson Lovell. Jackson has participated in soccer and football here at Metro. He has received awards for all conference and in soccer. And after high school, Jackson plans to go to college and hopefully it will lead to a good career, and he would like to coach youth soccer. Jackson's favorite football memory is the pregame truck rides with Coach Wren and Skinny P. Congratulations, Jackson. Our last football player is Peyton Wren. Peyton, in his 4 years here at Metro, has participated in wrestling, track, and football. Peyton has received the Pride Award for the football team, the Pride and Hustle Award for football, and the Player of the Game and the Serve Award, among many other awards. Peyton would like to attend college and major in sports medicine. Peyton would like to thank his dad, who has coached since he was 5, and his mom for screaming at all of his games. and his siblings for cheering him on. He would like to thank coaches Cook and Kepler and all of the others who have helped him along the way to compete and succeed and conquer. Congratulations, Peyton. All right. Coach, would you like the football players to gather up for a picture, and we'll go ahead with the cheerleaders while you guys finish up so you can get to the locker room. Our next senior cheerleader is Allison Peck. Allison just joined us at Metro this year, but we are so happy to have her. She's with her brother Alex, and Allison has participated in FCA tennis and cheerleading. She has received the Serve Award for athletics and tennis, and has been the top seeded player on the tennis team. Allison would like to attend a college where she can continue to play tennis, and she will plans to major in elementary education. Allison's favorite cheerleading memory is getting ready with the girls before the games, and she would like to thank her coach and for the positive attitude and the fun that we've had this season, and her teammates for always being there for each other. Congratulations, Allison. Our next senior cheerleader is Faith Rich. Faith has also just joined us this year at Metro, but in her time in high school, she has participated in cheerleading and tennis and Youth for Life. She has received the Best Athlete for cheerleading, and it looks like she won nationals for cheerleading and got All-American at cheerleading camp. Faith plans to go to college and get her doctorate and marry a man of God, and is looking forward to that. And let's see. And Faith would like to thank her amazing mother. Congratulations, Faith. Our next senior is Camilla Rinaldi. Camilla is a foreign exchange student, and she is escorted today by some of her senior friends here at Metro East, Caden, Trevor, Jack, and Nathan. Camilla has just joined us, obviously, this year, but she has participated in quite a few high school activities: dance, swimming, robotics, cheer, horse riding, video game development, and she even played the Celtic harp. Some of Camilla's awards include winning the national championship in dance in Italy, and she was on the track team in Italy, and she won first in the 100 meters, second in the high jump, and she competed in the European Championship and got first and second in the, I think that says in the 100. Wow, Camilla, that's awesome. Camilla plans to attend college and hopes to become a neurosurgeon. Camilla's favorite cheerleading memories were dance parties at the end of practices and getting together in the locker room with the cheerleaders before games. And Camilla would like to thank the coach and her teammates. Congratulations, Camilla. Our next senior cheerleader is Katie Schwartz. Katie has been at Metro for all 4 years. She's participated in cheerleading, National Honor Society, Student Council, Drama Club, Thespian Troupe, soccer, Student Ambassadors, choir, and was soccer manager for a little bit. Katie has received awards such as the Most Spirited for Cheer, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Actress for Drama, and she has been in things like the state the State Honors Choir, and she's also received the Serve Award. Katie would like to go to a nice school and marry a nice Christian man when she grows up, and she just trusts God that all of that is going to go well for her. Katie has many good memories from cheerleading, including giving love pats to the entire team daily and riding on the bus to away games with the team. Katie would like to say thank you to her teammates and her family. And so thank you, Katie, for your leadership this year, and congratulations.
Yeah.
Our last senior cheerleader is Carmen Switek. Carmen has been here at Metro for 4 years. She has participated in activities like track, FCA leader, NHS president, Youth for Life president, singing with Mrs. Kelly Van, and cheer and dance. She received a couple of SERVE awards, High Honor Roll, and Homecoming Queen. After high school, Carmen would like to go to college and hopefully somewhere in the South, good choice, and meet a tall, handsome cowboy to marry. She wrote that. And Carmen's favorite cheer memory is getting ready in the locker room with the girls before games. And Carmen would like to thank all of her teachers here at Mel's and her parents for supporting her, and her brother for always being there for her. And of course, Carmen would like to say that with God, all of these things are possible. So congratulations, Carmen. Thank you, girls, for your leadership this year on the cheerleading squad, and good luck wherever life takes you after this.
All right, looks like that will do it for the senior recognition. Took about 12 minutes and 30 seconds. That's what we like to do. That's how we kill a good halftime kill. So we'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and come back with some halftime stats right after this here on live, I should say, from Metro East High School and Lutheran High School. I left out Lutheran that time. Metro East Lutheran High School in Edwardsville, Illinois. We'll be right back.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
Welcome back to Metro East Lutheran High School. Dwayne Hewlett, Kenny Suter alongside, and we didn't get the 2-point conversion on there for Metro East Lutheran.
Got 2 men running this crew. We're going to lose a little bit of efficiency, but we've got it up. We've got everything running. Cyclones up 16-8. As we start the third quarter.
Let's take a look at some stats. Not a ton of them. A lot more plays for West Prairie. As we mentioned going into the half, it was just 16 plays for Metro East Lutheran in the first half. Peyton Wren has 4 carries for -4 yards, actually. Landon Tyndall has 9 carries for 40 yards. There's actually 17 plays because Colin Yossi has 1 carry for 43 yards. And that's the total of the offensive rushing for the Knights. That makes, if my math is correct, 79 rushing yards on 14 carries for the Knights. Tyndall is 1 for 3 passing for 4 yards, with Wren making the only reception for the aforementioned 4 yards.
And we've got breaking news. Upset. Illinois just beat Penn State, 7th-ranked Penn State, in 9 overtimes.
9
overtimes, 20-18.
Illinois beat Penn State. We listened to that game, and it was 10-0 and then 10-7 when we stopped listening and got here. 9 overtimes. That's okay. This game is better than that one. This game, folks, this game is going to be better down the stretch. You just wait and see. It's going to be better than a 9 overtime Big Ten conference matchup, don't you think?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it already is.
It's destined to be there.
We've got you calling it, so it's already.
And
better.
you talking and running the camera. What more could anybody ask for? Oh my goodness. West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones statistics. Oh, I didn't give the 4 penalties for 45 yards for the Knights. For West Prairie, they have 4 first downs, 2 rushing, 2 passing. Eli Leisman has 2 carries for 1 yard. Jensen Laughlin has 8 carries for 26 yards. Rand Palmer has 2 carries for -2 yards. And Ashton Barkley has 5 carries for 30 yards. So 55 yards total on 17 carries for the Cyclones. Where they've done their damage is through the air. Ashton Barkley, 5 of 7 here in the first half, 5 of 7 for 61 yards. Jensen Laughlin, 1 of 1 for 9 yards and a 2-point touchdown or 2-point conversion pass as well. But through the air, he was 1 of 1 for 9 yards. Jensen Laughlin has 1 reception for -2 yards, and Rand Palmer has 5 receptions for 72 yards. Again, these stats are unofficial, of course. It is 3 penalties for 25 yards for the Cyclones in the first half. The Knights had 2 first downs, both on the ground, on their touchdown drive. 1 minute to go before we get the 3-minute warm-up period back up here. And Kenny, it's not a 9 overtime game yet, but I think this game is better than some folks back home at West Prairie really anticipated it being.
You hit the nail right on the head. People are already pretty much ordaining West Prairie into the playoffs, as they had beat Metro East Lutheran earlier in the year. But this Knights team is good, and they came ready to play, especially defensively. Offensively, it took them a bit of a while to get started up, but defensively they have been on point.
Yeah, they struggled against the pass there in the middle stages of that first half, but kind of gathered it back up. Although the fumble late in the first half for Barkley, and actually I didn't give Barkley any yards on that carry, come to think about it.
Yeah, that was a bit of a
23
yard
run. It was a 23-yard run, so he's actually got 53 yards, but he does have the fumble. So I corrected that, folks. I apologize. This halftime score and halftime feel could be a lot different if it wasn't for that big fumble and then the recovery for the Knights by Sean Tyus. Number 2 came up with the football. You know, man coverage is great, but this 8-man thing, when you send 4 receivers out and you send 4 or 5 back in coverage with a 1 deep safety or whatever the case may be, and everybody underneath playing man, they all had their back to Barkley. Mm-hmm. Barkley got through those front 3, and he ran for at least 15 yards before he even had to think about trying to find anybody to go around. And then he gave a little extra effort that ended up resulting in a fumble at the end of the play. But I would imagine sending 4 deep receivers like that might be something we see again if they think they can get the Knights into man coverage.
And another thing that you're looking at the score is, as I just got hit with
by an acorn. I thought about that when we set up here. I was like, man, there's acorns all over the ground. I'm going to get nailed by one. It's still a half a football left. I'm sure I got time to make it happen. And I'm a lot bigger target than you are, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying?
I mean,
you don't even know anymore,
the sky
do you?
is falling.
The sky is even if Chicken Little says the sky is falling, we heard that song on the way down here, didn't we?
As I was saying,
you don't even know what you were saying.
The one score from the Cyclones was on that freak fumble into the end zone for the touchdown.
It wasn't into the end zone. It was in the end zone.
I mean, it goes into the end zone anyway.
Yeah, he didn't even have to. He just fell on it, and it is a touchdown. And that was – I wish we had a replay here because it was a bad snap over the head of the punter. The punter picks it up, comes to their offensive left, shakes a tackle, and then thinks, I'm going to try and punt it, which isn't an all bad idea, except there was 4 white jerseys around. They hit him, and he swiped at it with his foot, but he missed it, so he dropped it on the ground, and Clayton Hunt falls on it for a touchdown. So a drop to kick doesn't mean it's a kick. It means it's a fumble, and it's a touchdown. So he could have held on to it, and we'd be in a 10-8 game right now.
A comedy of errors, as they might say.
Yeah, it's been a fun game. I mean, this has been a lot of fun to call. Both teams playing pretty well, and I have not gotten hit by an acorn yet, so it's a good day.
Landed right in my hands, too, and I was just sitting there. I'm like, what was that?
I heard it click off the ground, off the bench after the fact. So we're just about ready to get underway. 8 seconds running off the clock here after the 3-minute warm-up period, and this is like the first game that I've really been to where that 3-minute warm-up period was probably needed. You know, it's chilling off a little bit out here. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people in 8-man football in Illinois watching this game right now, and a few schools that would like to see West Prairie lose this game, West Prairie Southeastern, because it results in one of them having a chance to get in the playoffs. So we'll see. West Prairie Southeastern projected coming into the weekend, if they can beat the Knights, to be the 16th seed, which would play them against the number 1 seed, Palo.
I'm pretty sure it's Polo. I'm pretty sure when I looked last time there was no A in the middle.
Okay. We're ready to go. Laughlin, as we said at the end of the first half, the Knights will have the ball first to open the second half of play, and they've got a chance right here, Kenny, to start off the half and tie it up. Laughlin going to kick here for West Prairie. A nice deep kick, and he says, anything you can do, I can do better. And right out the back of the end zone it goes for the kickoff. It'll be 1st and 10 Knights at the 20-yard line. And that almost had a fill when he ran to it. Lavelle kicked it into the end zone, and Laughlin's like, we're not having that. I can do that too. And kind of just booted it out the back himself. A couple really good kickers here in this contest. Laughlin's already won a game earlier this year with a field goal, so it looks like there's a pair of kickers that have the leg to do it. Now, whether the Knights have the staff and the snapping and everything else to do it, I'm not sure, but we have seen the Cyclones kick a field goal for a game win. Tyndall back with one deep back beside him. First play of the second half going to go here. High snap, but he gathers it in. Gathers it right back down, and Xavier Hilton is there. The ball came out, but he was down. He got thrown down hard, and he's going to be helped up by Hunt, I think.
Hilton on the tackle, lost his footing, and got knocked down by, I believe that was 71.
It was Rigg that helped Tyndall up, but loss of 1 for Tyndall. And it's 2nd down and 11 with 11:27 to go here in the third quarter. Well, handoff does go to Wren. Wren gets around the outside. He's going to get pushed out of bounds, but I believe he's going to be out past the 30. A 12-yard run for Peyton Wren gets him into plus territory on the offensive side rushing, and a first down for the Knights at their own 31-yard line.
Knights on their 31-yard line, and we are moving toward
1st and 10. Well, that chain. That chain looks longer than 10 yards, doesn't it?
Well, you've got the tick marks. You can look at it.
Well, judging by where he's standing and where the mark is over there, unless it's just a bad angle, Tyndall's going to keep it, and he's going to be gathered up by Hitz and others for the Cyclones, and Tyndall is going to lose a little more that time. He's going to lose, is that a short 4 or a long 3?
I'd say that's probably a short 4 looking at it.
Okay, we'll go -4. Gets him down to 35 yards. -5 yards on 2 carries here in the second half for Tyndall. And now Tyndall's going to have Wren to his left with a wide receiver, 2 of them to the far side. High snap over Tyndall's head. He gathers it up. He's going to fall on it as he had only white jerseys around him, and it's all the way back, it looks like, to the 15-yard line.
Ooh. And that is definitely not what you wanted in that situation.
12-yard loss. Unfortunately, Tyndall's stuck with that as he's down to 23 yards rushing on 12 carries now.
So 3rd and about 26.
Yeah, 3rd and forever, unfortunately, for the Knights here as they trail by 8 as we're down under 10 minutes to go, 9:53 and counting in the third quarter. Tyndall's pointing and trying to get everybody lined up. Here comes the snap to the junior quarterback. He rolls left, throws a short pass. That is forward. It's incomplete. Tried a little bit of a screen to Wren, but it was blown up, I believe, by Hunt, Rand, and Hitz, as well as Hilton over there. And it's going to be 4th and forever for the Knights, and they'll have to punt from deep in their own territory at about the 16 or 15-yard line. And that's opening drive of the second half did not go as planned. They did have a first down on a nice run by Wren, but then the wheels kind of fell off. Back deep to return is Laughlin, the green shoes. And he's going to catch it in the air at the 44-yard line. Right side he goes. Cuts the corner on a big block by Rigg. And he's going to get a gain of at least 14, maybe 16 on the return.
They're going to mark him about the 27-yard line.
So gain of 17 on the return. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the Knights 27 for West Prairie Southeastern as Mikey Kitch goes to the line of scrimmage. 3 linemen, 2 deep setbacks beside Barkley. 2 wide receivers, 1 near, 1 far. Barkley's going to hand off to Rand Palmer. Palmer's going to go right, bounces it upfield. He's going to get across the 25. He's stacked up over there, and they're going to go right back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like, and we got a player down for the Knights. And, in fact, there might be 2 players down. Number 10, Wrighton Miller, was the one making the initial stop. Tyndall hops up after losing his helmet, and a little slow getting up and walking off, and that would be a huge loss for these Knights if he can't come back, and that'll change things up for the Cyclones, who were initially looked like, Kenny, we're going to try and run right back to the ball.
Mm-hmm. They're getting set up for that no huddle. They're probably going to run that same play right over again.
Palmer with a gain of 3 last time.
Empty set for Barkley. Barkley's going to look to pass. He's going to let that one. Ooh.
And
he
Palmer
just had nowhere to go.
No, Barkley wanted to try a few times to make some things happen. He's going to end up losing 4 on the play. 49 yards now on the game for him. And after breaking the first 2 tackles, you probably just tuck that and run with it. He tried to still look downfield. He wanted to go for the end zone as everybody was there but couldn't find anybody. So 6:27 clock running here.
8:27.
Is it 8:27?
That should be an 8, yes.
Okay, 8:27. 8:27 clock running here in the third quarter.
Look to pass.
And to Palmer it goes, and he's going to have close to a first down, now near the 20, and he's going to be stacked up. And then Lavelle, go figure, is the one that throws him to the ground late, and how's that's not a flag, I'm not real sure. That's about the 3rd or 4th time I've seen him do that.
Well, 2 referees right next to each other. Like an old friend once said, there's a 2-for-1 sale at Lens Crafters. Yeah.
I believe that was Chad Gray, Miller, and number 53, Holton, over there talking to him after the play. Metro East Lutheran, a good group of kids. This level plays a little past the whistle sometimes, it looks like. And it is 4th down after a gain of 10, and Laughlin's going to get the first down.
Yeah, that looks to be a first down for the Cyclones. Tackle made by a bunch of Knights on the play right there. John Titus.
Gain of 5 for Laughlin,
It'll be first down for the
and a
Cyclones.
first down for the Cyclones. Just outside the 10, I'll make it about the 12-yard line, I think. Laughlin at quarterback. No, it was Barkley goes to Laughlin, who goes on a throw. It's intercepted at the goal line.
So now we're going to see if they're going to have him down in the goal line or at the goal line.
Peyton Wren on the interception. And that was the 2-point conversion play that just went a little too long there.
And they're going to say it was tackled in the end zone, so touchback.
It was
Sets
close.
him up at the 20-yard line.
I was wondering if that wasn't going to be the case.
That's what I was going to try and see. 6:51 left in this third quarter. Still your score, 16-8.
Tyndall comes back in. He got rattled on that defensive play a couple plays ago, and he's not going to go to quarterback. He's slowly walking over to the wideout position on the left side. 2 splits near. Tight end left side as well. It's going to be Wren at quarterback. In motion goes Yossi, and it's fumbled. It's kicked, picked up by Leisman, and it might go in for a score.
That's a fumble there for the Knights. A pickup by number 11, Eli.
He actually picked that up at the 10-yard line is where they dropped the bag.
So scoop and score for Eli Leisman.
Eli Leisman here, third quarter action. A 10-yard fumble return for a touchdown. 2-point conversion coming for the Cyclones. Laughlin's just going to take it and run for the corner of the end zone, and he gets there. Laughlin with the 2-point conversion run. And with 6:44 remaining here in quarter number 3, it is 24-8. The Cyclones taking advantage of a turnover by the Knights, and West Prairie Southeastern trying to take control here in quarter number 3. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
Welcome back to Metro East Lutheran, 24-8 your score, 6:44 left in this third quarter, as the Cyclones are going to get set up for the kickoff. TSSR Game Time Live is brought to you by McDonough District Hospital, McDonough District Hospital Athletic Trainers, and the MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Cyclone student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Laughlin on the kick again, 6:44 remaining. This is going to be a deep again. It's going to be to Lavelle, and Lavelle's coming down the near side. He's going to go out of bounds, out past the 30. See where they mark it. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 32-yard line. Bring up 1st and 10 for the Knights at the 32. And West Prairie Southeastern trying to take control of the situation. People thought coming into this weekend they had their fate in their own hands. If they come here and win, they make the playoffs.
Good return there by Colin Yost.
They now have kind of righted the ship. They had a drive. They threw an interception, but they've only scored 1 offensive touchdown, 2 defensive touchdowns now for the Cyclones, and they lead 24-8. Wren is back. Did they just now call the play into? I think he just now put the ball in play is what that whistle was for, as they were trying to go.
It seems like everybody is confused on why the whistle was blown.
Yeah, they thought it was already ready to go. Wren going to keep it on the keeper. He's going to go around left side. Laughlin's going to try and track him down. Does get him knocked out of bounds.
It's going to knock the ball out as well, however, out of bounds.
It's going to be a gain of 11. And Peyton Wren gets the 11-yard run. It's a 19-yard total for him. First down of the second half for the Knights, and they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line now. Tight formation. In motion coming is Josie. Again, another fumble, and this time it's picked up again, and Leisman gets another fumble recovery. Josie brings him down, but they're going to call it down at the 30. Wren with a fumble that time. Leisman on the fumble recovery. And just like that, the ball back to West Prairie with 6:05 remaining here in the third quarter.
That's kind of like, that's one of those struggles you have when you get somebody like your quarterback injured and can't really perform. You're going to have a little bit of confusion between the two, as Metro East Lutheran will take a timeout.
And Tyndall was over here on the bench. The timeout, he gets up and walks to the huddle, but he lost his helmet during that hit. He does not look like he's walking real well here, and maybe a little bit still out of it. Tough break, because they had just started getting things going for the Knights.
TSSR Game Time Live is brought to you by, TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH is brought to you by Heil Enterprises. Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road near or far and offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support local athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. Also brought to you by McDonough Telephone Cooperative. This West Prairie game stream is made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning-fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems to the McDonough County area. Call 309-776-3211 to check your availability. 24-8 your score, 6:05 left in this third quarter, as the Cyclones are going to take the ball at the 30, 1st and 10 for them.
Barkley hands off to Palmer. Palmer cuts it up inside. Now tries to bounce it outside, and there's a whole host of green jerseys there. But he's going to go down inside the 25 to about the 24. A gain of 6 for Rand Palmer. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Cyclones at the 24-yard line of the Knights.
Around 6 yards on the gain, sets up a 2nd and 4.
I misspoke earlier. Landon Tyndall is actually a sophomore for these Knights. I thought he was a junior. I just took a look. He is a sophomore. He is sitting on the bench now. Laughlin, a direct snap. He's going to go right side. He'll have a 1st down near the 15-yard line. From the 24, they're going to mark it at the 15. A gain of 9 for Laughlin. Gets him to 40 yards on 10 carries. A 1st down for and they're right back to it. Laughlin the direct snap again, and this time not much doing. Great play there for the Knights by number 52, Joseph Haynes. Short gain on the play. Gets him a gain of about 1, it would appear, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 9 from the 14-yard line. Got to give the Cyclones credit. They're trying different things. They're trying to keep the pace offset, keep the Knights on their heels a little bit. They're throwing a lot of different looks and a lot of different speeds at this Metro East Lutheran team.
They're doing whatever they can to make sure they can keep this offensive momentum up and not have to bank completely on their defense for the rest of this game.
Leisman far side, Walker near side. Handoff's going to go to Palmer. Palmer, the right setback, goes down to about the 10-yard line. See if they mark it at. No, they're going to mark it at the 11. A 3-yard gain for Palmer gets him to 5 carries for 10 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 6 for the Cyclones at the Knights' 11-yard line. West Prairie Southeastern feels like now they've kind of taken control of this game. A lot of it because the Knights have had a couple turnovers here in the second half, but they feel like they've got the momentum, it feels like here. Barkley looking to throw, right side, down the middle it goes to Palmer, and it's caught again in traffic. Lavelle tried to knock it away, but an 11-yard touchdown pass from Ashton Barkley to Rand Palmer. Rand Palmer is up to 93 receiving yards on the contest. And West Prairie Southeastern taking control here in the third quarter with 3:24, I think, remaining. Or 34, I can't really tell.
Have some issues with the scoreboard trying to figure out where it's supposed to be.
Laughlin to throw.
Knockdown there.
It's no good.
Knocked out of the air.
He held that a long time trying to make something happen there.
As I told Dwayne off the break, I'm just going to dub that the two-point conversion play, as West Prairie utilizes that a lot in short game situations. That little handoff halfback pass from Laughlin. TSSR Game Time Live is brought to you by Tom Conklin State Farm. Talk to Daphne or Evan today at Tom Conklin State Farm in Macomb for surprisingly great rates. Call them at 309-837-1200 or stop in and see them at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH is also brought to you by Beck Pest Control. Don't let the varmints and creepy crawlies get the best of you. Contact Beck Pest Control in Colchester. Beck Pest Control can let you sleep easy while the lights are out, knowing you have no uninvited guests running around. Contact them at 309-313-5521. That's Beck Pest Control. Get the bugs out.
And Laughlin on to kick again for West Prairie Southeastern. 30-8 is the score. And a low line drive kick this time is going to be picked up on the far side on the carry. Number 14 is Jacob Peterson, and he gets thrown down in a big way. Is that 16 on the stop?
Carter hits on the tackle.
I thought it was, but I couldn't really never really got a clear view, but I thought maybe you might have seen better than I did.
Man, what a shot that he got.
That was like a belly-to-belly suplex almost, wasn't it? Or a hip check or a...
It was something. Sure was.
What do they call that? Is it a suplex when you bring them up and throw them over your shoulder?
Yep, that's a type of suplex.
Yeah. So we're not a belly.
We should have had Miles in here. Miles
could tell us what that was. He's the real wrestling guy. Something I never thought I'd say. I miss Miles talking about wrestling. And another quarterback. This is Riker Miller coming on at quarterback as Tyndall is off the sideline, and Wren is taking a break as well. And
offsides.
Hilton jumps offsides for the Cyclones at 4 penalties for 30 yards now. And it'll be first down and 5 now from the 27-yard line for the Knights. 3:22 remaining. Cyclones on their way to a playoff berth if they can keep this momentum going in the second half. Third quarter action at Metro East Lutheran High School. Miller, the quarterback now. He's going to roll right, heaves it downfield. He's got Tyndall, and Tyndall is in the game. I looked for him out there. He was in the right flat apparently, and it's overthrown, incomplete.
Second and 5 for the Knights. 3:15 left in this third quarter. Your score is still 30-8.
I kind of feel like they're trying to hide Tyndall a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Have him utilized out now as wide receiver.
MJ Bell going to the far side. Riker Miller, the quarterback again. Handoff's going to go to Yossi. He fumbles it. He picks it up, and he's going to go for a first down. Laughlin makes a good tackle but it's going to be an 8-yard gain and a first down for the two carries for 51 yards now for Yossi, who has tried to have 2 or 3 other carries, but they've resulted in fumbles by the quarterback. So 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line now for the 36-47. Wren back in at quarterback. Tyndall in motion. Handoff's going to go to Tyndall, and he goes nowhere. Hilton blew that play up. And also there was Clayton Hunt, and Tyndall's going to lose 4 yards on the play. He's had 4 carries in the second half, all for negative yards. He ended the first half with 40 yards, and he's down to 19. 2:07 to go in the third quarter. 30-8's the score. Late returning player is Lovell. Jackson Lavelle. He's going to go to a running back spot, I think. Fullback type position. Wren is the quarterback. He's going to roll left, throws it, and it's going to be the catch.
Caught by number.
Is it 50?
I believe it's number 50, yes.
Hallison?
However, I do not know if he was a legal man.
Well, everybody's legal except for the center, I think. They did throw a flag. I didn't see a hand to the face. I think that's illegal. I think it's a legal catch, but I don't know. We'll wait and see what they call here. Yeah, wave it off. It is these are probably 11-man officials and 8-man football. Everybody is eligible. So that was Wren throwing to.
Third down and long for the night. Looks like the flags were picked up. We'll just keep playing football here.
Number 50.
Clock rolling on 1:30 left in the third quarter.
Now Tyndall back at quarterback. He's going to keep it. Rolls left. Owen Rigg is out there on the stop for the Cyclones. No gain on the play for Tyndall. He's got 14 carries for 19 yards. Brings up fourth. Oh, never mind.
Sportsmanlike conduct there. They're going to walk off 15 yards there for that one. Yeah, give the Knights a first down.
A first down, 15-yard penalty.
Take over at about 48-yard line. With about a minute left to go in the third quarter. We might try to put some numbers on the board here. Down by a few touchdowns.
And what do we call now? It's going to be illegal procedure.
We're going to walk off with you back the other way now. There you go.
Another flag down.
Nice, got a first and long again.
5 yards for illegal procedures. 1st and 15 from the 43-yard line. Hand off to Wren. He's going to go across the 45 to about the 46. A gain of 3 for Wren. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 12 at the 46. Down below 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. They're going to try and get one more play off to get an extra play here. They will. Tyndall's going to hand off to Wren. Wren fumbles it. It's on the ground, and he's going to dive on it. But he's going to lose the 3 he got a moment ago, and it's going to be back to 3rd and 15 now. And that will end the third quarter of play. 12 minutes of football left here at Metro East Lutheran High School. The Cyclones 8 minutes away from making the 8-man playoffs here in season number 1 for them with 8-man football. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, This is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
I have my certificate in vestibular rehabilitation, which focuses on patients with dizziness and balance disorders. It's been very rewarding because a lot of times it's a very short-lived treatment plan and the patient has remarkable results in a small amount of time.
Welcome back. 30-8 your score at the beginning of the fourth quarter. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street, Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School. Open April to October, Monday to Friday, 10 to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 10 to 4 p.m. for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow our Facebook page for daily updates. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown.
So 12 minutes on the clock, 30-8 is the score. And it will be...
As the fourth quarter starts here, we try to make a difference with this lead here.
Cyclones looking to make the playoffs here. Tyndall is back at quarterback again. He's going to throw to Wren. Wren's going to go for about a gain of 1.
That's going to set up another 4th and long for the Knights.
2 for 4 for 5 yards for Tyndall.
Got a personal foul, face mask on the Cyclones.
They're going to go from the end of the play. I didn't see a face mask there, did you?
I did not either.
That'll be a first down, a second penalty by first down here on this drive.
It'd be a first down for the Knights. First down for the Knights.
So 1st and 10 now at the 40-yard line of the Cyclones for the Knights. 11:42 to go in the football game. The Knights trail the Cyclones 30-8. They are driving, though. Cyclones trying to find their way into the 8-man playoffs here in Illinois. Now they're going to take Wren into quarterback, and it's an illegal procedure.
We're going to walk a few off on that.
Yeah, you can't move two. Once you're set, you can't have two people moving at the same time, and the quarterback and the running back both moved at the same time there.
Left guard also moved.
Another 5-yard penalty. 2 15-yard penalties for West Prairie Southeastern on this drive, and 2 5-yard penalties immediately following said 15-yard penalties for Metro East Lutheran. Try it again there. Wren's going to take the direct snap. Breaks an initial tackle. See who that was. It had a handful of jersey there. It was Leisman, I think, wasn't it? It was Leisman
on the tackle.
And it's going to bring up a gain of 2, 2nd and 13. Second and 13. Once again, if you're listening or watching, let us know where you're watching from. Join the live chat. Metro East Lutheran fans, welcome to chime in as well. Tyndall back to throw, and he's got a completion to Joseph Haynes from the 43 down to 11-yard completion. And it's going to be 3rd down and a long 2 for the Knights. Definitely in 4-down territory here, Kenny.
Oh, yeah. They can't get this one. I mean, they've got to pretty much go for 4 anyway, getting down to 9 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter.
At 9:40 and counting here. Tyndall's going to hand off inside to Wren. He's going to be met by Rigg, but he's going to be very close to the first down. I think it just had to get to the 30-yard line. And they do. A 3-yard run for Wren. 1st and 10. 4th rushing first down of the half, but they haven't scored yet. They've got 6 first downs compared to 2 here in the second half, but haven't scored yet in the second half. Tyndall back again. Handoff's going to go to Rand. He bounces it outside, and Rand Palmer comes up to make the tackle. Very short to no gain. It is no gain on the play. 11 carries, 24 yards now for Peyton Wren. Second down and 10 from the West Prairie Southeastern 30 as the West Prairie Southeastern defense trying to make a stand here. And really, they've made several stands. A couple big penalties on this drive has kept the drive alive. Clock still running. I think that's 6:27 to go.
8, I believe.
And a timeout by the Knights with 6:20 and change counting here for Metro East Lutheran High School in Edwardsville, Illinois. We'll be right back.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
Welcome back to Edwardsville, Illinois. We're still laughing about the water bottle being thrown. I can't see the flags, but I can see water bottles being thrown on the sideline. 6:23, I think, to go here in the fourth quarter. 30-8 is the score. Timeout was charged to Metro East Lutheran. The Knights are down to 1 timeout here in the second half, and Tyndall's back at the quarterback spot for the team in green. Handoff's going to go, nope, it's going to kept by Tyndall as he couldn't get the handoff to Wren. He's going to get out to the 25-yard line.
Jeez. That is.
Tyndall, a 5-yard gain, going to bring up 3rd down and 5. What are you saying, geez, about what I missed?
71 hit a nice block on Owen Rigg, and 5 yards down the line decided to trip and land right on him. 7:53 left in this fourth quarter. 3rd and around 5 for the Knights.
Tyndall and Wren in the backfield. Yossi, the left receiver. Tyndall is going to have some room, but lost his footing. I don't even know if they're going to give him a yard.
Looks like he got maybe a yard.
Not even a whole. I'm not going to give him a whole yard. He's just moved the ball about 4 inches or so. 15 carries, 24 yards for Landon Tyndale. 4th and a short 5 now as Tyndall's coming off, and Wren's going to be the quarterback. Lavelle is going to be the running back. Josie is the flanker near side. Now they're going to send Lavelle out to the right. Near side receiver, number 14, Jacob Peterson, a sophomore. Wren's going to roll right, and it's knocked down by Owen Rigg, and it is going to be a turnover on downs to the Cyclones. 30-8 is the score. I guess it must have been 53 earlier. It's 6:43 now. Isn't that 43?
Yes.
Okay. 6:43 remaining in the football game. Fourth quarter action here. As now Barkley runs the play in for the Cyclones. Mikey Kitch to the line of scrimmage. Linemen all day. Brett Havens and Kyle Kindhart. Going to be a reverse to Leisman. He's going to have a nice tackle.
By Chad Gray.
Chad Gray over on the tackle, I do believe. A gain of 3 for Leisman. Going to bring up 2nd down and 7. Probably expect to see the Cyclones now use as much clock as possible.
Indeed. You're going to see a lot more of those Jensen Laughlin runs, maybe even more with Rand Palmer, the fullback, just trying to chew up this clock as it passes the 6-minute mark.
Might even wait for the back deep official to start waving his arm, but they're not going to. It doesn't look like. Barkley under center is going to be a pitch to Laughlin. Bounces it outside, gets to the sideline, and he is going to be ripped down. Josie and Lavelle. Is that who's on the sideline? No, it's not. It is Tyus, who got hit, I think, by his own player. A gain of 6 by Laughlin. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Cyclones. A big play here for both teams, because if you can get a 1st down here, if you're the Cyclones, you can milk a whole bunch more clock off here in the 4th quarter, leading 30-8. And the Knights only have 1 timeout remaining. They've called 2 here in the 2nd half already. Barkley back under center. Handoff's going to go to Palmer on the keeper right up the middle. Palmer's going to break a tackle. Stiff arm. He might go. 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown! Cyclones on a 3rd and 1 play from the 24 or 34-yard line.
Went to
that makes a 66-yard touchdown run for Palmer.
Palmer went to flip the ball up to himself. Went out a little farther than he wanted to and did a complete barrel roll. Gets it back up.
So it's 36 now to 8 with 4:55 to go, and that was just a handoff to the fullback right up the middle, and he got to the outside, and a nice stiff arm about 10 yards downfield resulted in a touchdown from 66 yards for Rand Palmer. There's the touchdown, or the 2-point conversion play is good. That time it was to somebody different, though. Who is that number? Is that number 15 out there?
Yes.
It's Ben Wren on the reception. So a 66-yard touchdown run by Rand Palmer with 4:55 remaining in the 4th quarter. It is now 38-8. The Cyclones with the lead. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance in the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Well, a game that was close at the halfway point, 16-8, has really been all Cyclones in the 2nd half, as they've scored 3 unanswered touchdowns, including this most recent one by Rand Palmer, 66-yard touchdown run with 4:55, I think, remaining in the football game to give the Cyclones, after a Laughlin to Ben Wren 2-point conversion pass, a 38-6 lead, and Laughlin back on to kick again for the Cyclones. Low, nice up back, takes that one. That was number 21, Truett Oberhauser, getting the – it's not very often, Kenny, you see an up back catch a ball like that, but he caught it very, very nicely, cleanly, and then took off upfield.
It's a decent return, trying to get some yardage back, as it's about right on the 40-yard line.
Be 1st and 10 Knights at their own 40-yard line now, 4:55 remaining. Here in the football game, it's 38-8. Cyclones lead. And Riker Miller coming back in at quarterback.
Back on the field again. Offense is back out here. Let's go, fans. Let's cheer them on here. Let's see if we can make something happen here.
Miller's going to get Hunt. How did Miller get that away? Yossi came back for it, almost got it. Hunt was all over the backside of Riker Miller, but Miller was able to he's got some big legs. He was able to get that and throw it to the line of scrimmage, and Yosi almost caught it, but it's incomplete.
West Prairie starting to utilize the blitzes a lot more. They've had really good success using blitzes, using Carter Hitz and Xavier Hilton. That one they sent Hunt. It's going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt.
Miller looking for Josie that time, and would have been a gain of about 5, but it falls incomplete again, and it's 3rd down and 10 now.
3rd and 10, 4:35 left in this fourth quarter. Again, the Knights are out of timeouts. Well, they have 1 remaining.
And Riker Miller comes off the field, not happy. And Tyndall looks like he's going to go back at quarterback. No, it's going to be Peyton Wren at quarterback. Tyndall's going to be flanker near side. Far side flanker is going to be number 14, Jacob Peterson. Yosie's still the wideout on the far side. Lavelle is the wideout near side. Wren is at quarterback as expected. He's going to take it and run right up the middle, or try to. He jukes Hilton into the inside. He's going to get outside, but he's going to be short of a first down. A gain of about, actually they're going to mark him back farther than I thought. That's only going to be a gain of 3. It's going to bring up 4th down and 7. I really thought that he would be at least a gain of 4 on that, Kenny, but they marked him back quite a bit farther than I thought.
And they did go out of bounds, so it should be a stopped clock. However, clock is running.
And now they're going to put Riker Miller back in, it looks like maybe. Peterson's going to come off. Riker Miller coming back on. Would expect this to probably be a throw here, I would guess. Under 4 minutes to go now in the football game. Big 4th down for, and Tyndall is there. And Tyndall from the 43-yard line, 27, 32-yard completion.
Tackled by Ben Wren to stop that one. Would have been a touchdown, as Ben was the only one there to stop him.
And it's a passing first down, the first one of the game for the Knights. They cling to life here, down by 30 with 3:15 to go now. Riker Miller stays in at quarterback.
First down for the Knights.
He's going to take the snap, throws it out to the flat. As he had Aiden Horn bearing down on him right in his chops, and he got rid of it in a hurry, looking to the flat to Peyton Wren. It falls incomplete.
It's going to be an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10 from about the 25-yard line now. Clock is stopped with 3:03 remaining.
2nd down here.
Riker's going to throw it, lobs up again. There's a whole, yeah, there's got to be a, are you kidding me? 25-yard touchdown pass. 25-yard.
As they're going to call
illegal procedure.
False start. No score as a false start legal procedure.
Well, it should have been pass interference anyway. He had a whole handful of jersey, Tyndall did, threw the defender out of the way and caught the pass.
That doesn't matter.
I mean, I know the score is out of hand.
So 2nd and 15.
We're running out of time, but that's the kind of stuff that starts fights late in games. Starts fights late in games.
Late in games?
You know what I meant. Know what I mean, not what I say. 2nd and 15. Isn't it 1st and 15?
No.
Do you really know that, or are you just saying that?
I thought it was 1st and 15.
That's going to be picked off. The interception by Ben Wren. And it is 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, it would appear, for the Cyclones after the interception. Boy, that's a huge turn of events.
2:52 left in this fourth quarter. And if West Prairie can get pretty much one first down, that might be the dagger.
Different players coming in for West Prairie now include number 40, Brigham Gray, number 50, Drew Powell, and number 62, Andre Roberts, I believe, is in as well. Also in there, number 12, Coy Bonnell.
6.
Number 6, Mitchell Wilcox is in. Hand off to Bland, or Rand Palmer, excuse me.
Tackle made by number 9, Colin Grody, run by number 34, Rand Palmer.
Out there on the stop was Chad Gray and others for the Knights. They're going to say keep the clock running. I kind of thought he got out of bounds, but what is that, a gain of 2?
About a gain of 2. Tackled down right before he went out of bounds.
Okay, thank you. 2nd and 8, clock running. 2:30 to go. And a different, that was still Barkley in at quarterback, different setback though.
This is going to be a fumbled snap, picks it up, down.
Oh, problem for Ricardo Holton, who came up a little gimpy after the dropped snap. As
coming in is, I believe that is Cam Kramer coming in for Aiden Akers.
Loss of 2. 47 yards now for Barkley.
1:50 remaining in this fourth quarter.
Clock is running. As Kenny said, they really needed to get a first down to run the clock out. Pitch is going to go out to Laughlin. No, that's not
Cam
Laughlin.
Kramer.
It's Cam Kramer, and he's got some running room to cut it back. He'll have a first down. Tried to stay in bounds. Josie makes the tackle on Kramer, and it's going to go from about the 21 out to the 39. Gain of 18.
I'm going to say roll clock, 1:27 left of this fourth quarter. And you'd think they'd get set up in victory formation.
Yep, they can't stop the clock enough to get the ball back at this point. But it looks like they may try to run it. Barkley under center again. We'll see if he takes the knee. Nope, he's going to hand it off. It's going to go to the fullback. A gain of 1. That was number 14, Aiden Horn, on the carry. Gain of 1. 44 seconds remaining, and it's really all over. Just one more snap is really all it's going to take here for the Cyclones as Barkley comes out. They'll let the clock probably get down to 20 seconds or so just to be safe, and then take a knee. They are counted off, and then he takes his knee with 23 seconds left, and that's how it will end, as this game is going to be over after that. Barkley loses another yard, unfortunately for him. That's how it's going to end. 38-8's the final score here from Metro East Lutheran High School. Ladies and gentlemen, West Prairie Southeastern, if everything held true and held serve, they should be in the playoffs next weekend. We'll let you know that here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH and on TSSR Weekly. As I think we said we weren't going to do one. We might do a little abbreviated show middle of the week. We'll take a break here as we're doing the handshake at the middle of the field, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and talk to Coach McCormick in just a couple minutes.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
I have my certificate in vestibular rehabilitation, which focuses on patients with dizziness and balance disorders. It's been very rewarding because a lot of times it's a very short-lived treatment plan and the patient has remarkable results in a small amount of time.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more, I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
Welcome back to Metro East Lutheran High School, and it is playoff-bound city for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. Well, we expect it to be the way. We'll wait till about 5 o'clock. I don't even know what time it is. They expect to be around 5 o'clock. They'll announce the pairings for the playoffs. But if everything held serve this weekend, West Prairie wins, they're in the playoffs. So let's hope that works out and as projected. Real quick, some stats for the Knights. Peyton Wren finished with 12 carries for 27 yards. Landon Tyndall had 15 carries for 24 yards, and Colin Josie had 2 carries for 51 yards. Tyndall was 3 of 5 passing for 16 yards. Riker Miller was 1 of 5 for 32 yards with an interception. As Coach McCormick is here, so we'll take a really quick break and we'll come back here after a 15-second commercial from MDH.
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more, I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
All right, welcome back to Metro East Lutheran High School. We're here with Coach McCormick. And Coach, going into this season, I don't know if anybody really knew what to expect with 8-man football. And then after the first 2 weeks, you guys were struggling a little bit. You got a win against Metro East Lutheran to get you on the board, and you're in the playoffs. I don't know if anybody expected that or not. I know you guys wanted it, but you played a good game today, took care of the things you had to take care of, and got a win, and it looks like you're in the playoffs.
Yeah, that first half was a struggle a little bit. I mean, you got a 2.5-hour bus ride, and that's difficult. I mean, we talked a little bit this week about all the things we've really improved on football-wise. One of the things was how we ride 2.5 hours, 3 hours on a bus and get off and be ready to play. And we kind of had some ups and downs, but I give Metro East some credit. They came, they played hard and challenged us early. And then I think second half we kind of made a few adjustments and understood kind of the finality. Hey, if we're not going to want to play, we're done this week. So I think they understood that and came out and kind of warmed down a little bit and made a lot of plays. I mean, our like you said, going into this, after that first game at Bushnell, we were thinking, man, this could be a long season. But, man, these guys have really really learned the game and really improved, from day one till now, and I'm really proud of everybody involved.
Well, you talk about improving, and I know that you guys beat Metro East Lutheran pretty handily the first time you played them. You come here today, though, you knew you guys had improved. Metro East Lutheran has improved quite a bit as well. It's not like you were the only ones that were improving throughout the year. Everybody gets better.
Yeah.
They did a good job, too. You guys took advantage of a few things. A punt that was muffed and then a missed punt, so it ended up being a fumble for a touchdown. 2 fumble returns or recoveries for touchdowns helps you a little bit here today. I think that's a big part of a good football team, right? Taking advantage of those opportunities when they're given.
Yeah, we had 2 defensive scores, which that doesn't happen very often. So 2 of our scores were playing on the other side of the ball. So we kind of keep doing. When you got a new program, it's like, all right, we lost a close one, we've won a close one, we've handled somebody, we've been down and come back. All those things, are things that your kids have to experience, and and they're doing that, and they're pretty excited. It's happy to see how excited they are about. We're 4-5. We've made the playoffs, and I don't know if anybody would have thought that going into the season, but that's only going to make our program, I think, better and more attractive to the guys as they come up, and that's kind of what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a program and give our kids something to hang their hat on and something to be good at, and right now, going to the playoffs, I think, that's something kids might get interested in.
Well, on TSSR Weekly, our weekly show that we're doing now, we talked about how we feel like both BPC and West Prairie Southeastern have grown a lot with the 8-man thing. You talked to Coach Rodish, you talked to you throughout the season. It's just football.
Yep.
It's just football. But there are some nuances to this 8-man thing. And I've watched you coach a long time. You win a game by a field goal, with a field goal.
Yeah.
You're throwing a ton.
Yeah.
You're direct snapping to running backs more than I've ever seen you do, probably. I think you probably feel like you've had to grow a little bit as a coach too, haven't you?
Yeah, that. Thank God for YouTube. We watch that a little bit and watch film of what other guys have done that have been doing this for a while, that have been successful with it, and guys around the country that have been doing it. And you got to fit your personnel. And we got a lot of speed on our team. We got some big guys that can kind of handle some people, pass blocking, and they do a nice job of that. But that's just a matter of looking at your matchups. I think in 8-man football, you got a lot less guys to look at, and if you got number 58 covering number 5, that might be where you want to go. So it's
right.
It's not. You don't have to be a genius to see some of these things, but the kids still got to make plays and they got to relax and they got to have time to do it, and but defensively, I think we've come a long way. We're tackling, we're being a little more physical, and from week 1 till now, I think we've really improved in that aspect of football, and that's a huge thing. If you can't tackle, it's hard to win games, and our guys have figured out a little bit along the way, and the nice thing is we get another week, maybe another 2 weeks, whatever it is, so that's just another week we can improve, and that's kind of how we look at it.
Now, you've matured or changed some as a coach. You've had some players mature a bunch. Barkley's really grown into a pretty good quarterback for you. I think the kid that I've seen grow the most might be Jensen Laughlin.
Yeah.
Because I saw him play the JV game at Bushnell at quarterback, and since then it seems like he had a lot of success throwing the football a little bit, running the football in that game. He's really grown a lot for you guys.
Yeah, and the nice thing about both those guys is they're juniors in high school, so they'll be back and but yeah, they do a nice job. Jensen, was more of a soccer guy coming up. He just moved into our district a few years ago. Obviously, he can kick, but he gets a little bit offended if we just say, hey, you're just our kicker, and we kind of tease him a little bit. He's, well, I do more than that, and he does. He can run and throw and catch. He's a good athlete, and the thing is, you got to get the ball in your athletes' hands and give them opportunities to be successful, and Rand having a big one there.
That stiff arm he had about 10 yards downfield was what made that run good.
And just it's nice to pop one like that, just a little dive play. That means something's going right up front, and we're getting things taken care of there. So,
You mentioned Laughlin's kicking. When we were calling a game, and Lavelle kicked one into the end zone.
Yeah.
Kenny and I both said that's the only person besides Laughlin that we've seen do that.
Mm-hmm.
Laughlin came back the next time he kicked, and he drilled that sucker out the back of the end zone.
Well,
did you tell him to do that, or did he have a little bit to say, hey, anything you can do, I can do better kind of stuff?
He kind of likes to, tries to find a hole and get some of our fast guys down to cover it, and that's great when it works. But, my theory is just kick it deep, and the farther they got to travel, the more plays they got to run, the more opportunities they might have to make a mistake. And, so that's my philosophy. But, yeah, I think it's funny because the kid was out here kicking earlier, and I know Jensen was kind of checking him out, and he was kicking field goals. And kickers are kind of weird. I think they kind of check each other out and see what they're doing. But
I kind of felt like that was I'm going to show you that I can kick too kind of kick. Because no other kick the rest of the game. I mean, he's got the leg to do that, but no other kick. Even later after that, they went to the end zone, but that one went through the end zone.
Yeah, he got into that, and there's no wind here really at all, so that was just all him. There wasn't any wind behind him or anything like that. So, but yeah, it's just like I said, it's just something to see these guys how well they get along. I mean, you kind of worry about that from two different districts, and I mean, from the first time we were lifting weights, I mean, they just gelled pretty well, and I mean, the more we're around them, the more cohesive, I guess, they are. So that's kind of nice.
I think I saw a post, from Mr. Fox that you shared on Facebook.
Yeah.
I think they're enjoying the co-op
and
getting the kids the chance to play. It's funny, though, the same things like came into the game. It's essentially a playoff game. We talked about football. It's 8-man instead of 11-man, but they're kind of the same thing. You had a playoff game today. You had to win today to get to the playoffs, but it's still a playoff game for you, essentially.
Yeah.
That kind of mindset and stuff just carries over from whatever sport you're in, but especially from 11 to 8-man, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, wins are wins and losses are losses, and points are points as far as playoff points go. And, I mean, we're looking at all that and trying to figure it out. Jake Croxton's done a great job. I don't know if he's working at work or if he's just working on this 8-man stuff, but I won't tell anybody. I won't tell his boss or anything. But, he's always a stat dude. He loves that stuff, and he always has. And so he's got the raw data. He's got this. He's got that, and it's fun to watch. And so, yeah, we've been, paying very close attention to that. We saw that 2, 3, and 5 teams were going to play, and they were going to probably cancel each other out. So, I always wonder, though, maybe, something crazy could happen, but I'm pretty sure, about 90% sure, 98% sure we're going to be playing somewhere next weekend. So that's good.
Jake said that you were going to, and in Illinois, the 8-man association said that the projection had you guys playing at Polo next week.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty long drive,
yeah,
but it's worth a drive for an extra week of football, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long drive, and they're an excellent football team. I mean, I think they're going to be the number 1 seed, so it's an opportunity for us to go play somebody that's got a great program, and like I said, it's another week for us to get together and play, and we can't complain about the weather much this year. So, I mean, we can play till December if it stays like this.
I hear you. Well, Coach, I know you got a long bus ride or a long car ride. Don't take any wrong turns on the way home, okay?
Yeah, well, I don't care going home and getting here, though. I made 2 on the way here, so that's not bad for me.
First time, you won't make them again, though, right?
Well, I think Conkling slept half the way up here, so I got to keep him awake so he can keep me on the straight and narrow.
I got you. Okay, Coach.
Right.
Congratulations
on
making the playoffs, and good luck next week.
All right, thank you, guys.
Coach McCormick talking to us. We'll take a short break and be back with some stats. I do want to tell you the post-game show is being brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also, on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live events presented by MDH on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the local area teams on to victory. We'll be right back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I have my certificate in vestibular rehabilitation, which focuses on patients with dizziness and balance disorders. It's been very rewarding because a lot of times it's a very short-lived treatment plan, and the patient has remarkable results in a small amount of time.
Welcome back to Metro East Lutheran High School, JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. Taking a look at some stats for West Prairie Southeastern before we head down the road. Unofficially, 7 first downs, 6 penalties for 60 yards, 3 carries for 4 yards for Eli Leisman. Jensen Laughlin had 12 carries for 47 yards. Rand Palmer had 7 carries for 78 yards. Ashton Barkley had 9 carries for 46 yards. Cam Kramer had 1 carry for 18 yards, and the final first down that really iced the game for the Cyclones, and Aiden Horn had a carry for 1 yard. Ashton Barkley was 7 for 9 for 82 yards. Jensen Laughlin was 1 for 2 for 9 yards with an interception. Laughlin had 1 reception for -2 yards, and Rand Palmer had all 7 of the other receptions for 93 yards for the Cyclones. Real quick, looking at the scoring summary, first quarter scoring was by Clayton Hunt as he recovered a fumble in the end zone with 6:37 to go. A run by Laughlin was good to make it 8-0. The second quarter, a 16-yard pass from Barkley to Palmer. Laughlin to Leisman for the 2-point conversion, and with 7:58 to go, it was 16-0 in the second quarter. With 1:29 remaining in the second quarter, the Knights got on the scoreboard with a 6-yard run by Tyndall. Wren got the run, and it was 16-8 at the half. Second half was all Cyclones, thanks to some good defense, really. Third quarter, a 10-yard fumble return for a touchdown by Eli Leisman. Laughlin had the 2-point conversion run with 6:44 to go to make it 24-8. With 3:24 to go in the third quarter, 11-yard touchdown pass from Barkley to Palmer. The pass failed to make it 30-6, and then the final score of the game came on a 66-yard Rand Palmer run, a great stiff arm through that. Laughlin to Ben ran for a 2-point conversion pass was good. So with 4:55 to go, the final score came to make it 38-8. And that's how we ended the contest. Kenny, it's a pretty long drive down here, but a fun game to watch, and it turned out to be a little more lopsided, I think, than the game really was. A couple turnovers at the wrong time really hurt the Knights.
Yeah, a couple turnovers, especially on the third quarter where Metro East just couldn't get that offense going to start out the second half. But before then, their defense was playing really well, and their offense was just starting to find their rhythm as they got that last drive of the first half that scored that first touchdown. But West Prairie played a really good game overall. You know, they had some lows, they had some highs, especially on the defensive side. I think this might be one of their best games defensively. But overall, I think West Prairie, these are the best game. Like I was saying at the pregame, they're playing their best football now, and coming into the playoffs, will they be playing the first or second seed? They're going to need it.
Right. They're going to need to play their best. There's no doubt about that. We want to thank all the sponsors who've come on board this year to help bring West Prairie Southeastern football, the Cyclones, making the playoffs in their first year in 8-man football. We do greatly appreciate everybody watching, all the folks from Metro East Lutheran watching as well. We hope that you enjoyed it. We'll be on the call. Somebody will be on the call. It won't be me, I don't believe, but somebody will be on the call for the West Prairie game, West Prairie Southeastern game this coming weekend for the playoffs. BPC will be in the playoffs also. So we've got 2 games, 2 extra games on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you down there. Oh, I do want to tell you before we leave, we are going to do a brief TSSR Weekly from West Prairie High School is the plan, right, Kenny? We're going to try and do a brief TSSR Weekly, and we will have all of regional competition Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH as well. That'll end it from where are we at? Metro East Lutheran High School in Edwardsville, Illinois. We'll see you down the road.